One of the most common topics I see on anxiety forums is blood pressure. Everyone seems worried about it. So the question is, should you be worried about it? And is worrying about blood pressure a problem in itself? Keep watching and I will tell you some things you need to know about blood pressure and blood pressure anxiety. First, let's understand how blood pressure itself works. In a healthy artery, blood flows quite freely. So if the doctor takes 3 readings from a person with healthy arteries, the average will be normal. But something called plaque can build up on the walls of the arteries, causing them to narrow. This makes it more difficult for the blood to flow, so the heart has to work harder and the blood pressure increases. This condition leads to what doctors call hypertension, or high blood pressure to us laypeople. So who is at risk of hypertension? Well, the people who are most at risk are the elderly, as plaque builds up in the arteries over many years. But lifestyle and genetics can lead to some people being diagnosed with hypertension in their 30s or 40s. Any younger than that is very rare. Incidentally, I was diagnosed with hypertension aged 36, but with some lifestyle changes I got my blood pressure down without medication, and at 51 it's still fine. But hypertension is not the only thing that will cause a high blood pressure reading. Let's give an analogy to explain it. If you use a tap to wash the dishes, a trickle will not do the job, so you turn it up to increase the pressure. Well, our hearts do exactly the same thing when we exercise. It pumps harder, so the pressure in our arteries increases. So if you measure your blood pressure, even after a short walk, it will be higher than normal. But it's not just exercise that can give a high blood pressure reading. The correct way to take blood pressure is when you are relaxed. But people with anxiety disorders are very rarely relaxed. If you are worried about something, your body releases cortisol, which increases your heart rate and your blood pressure, so any reading you take will be higher. Blood pressure also varies at different times of the day, so you can get a lot of variations in the readings. People first start taking their blood pressure because they're mildly anxious about it. But the act of taking it always results in feeling more anxious, which makes them take it more and more often, which just fuels the anxiety. So guess what? The blood pressure readings get higher. Googling about blood pressure or asking advice on social media also just fuels the anxiety. It's the classic anxiety cycle that I talk about in so many of my videos. Now, the real irony in this is that the act of checking your blood pressure all the time could potentially lead to hypertension, high blood pressure. Now, don't panic because it doesn't happen instantly. But if you keep checking your blood pressure, you will keep getting more and more anxious about it. Your body will keep releasing cortisol, and some studies have shown that prolonged exposure to cortisol can lead to plaque forming in the arteries, leading to high blood pressure. So what should you do with your blood pressure monitor? Well, unless your doctor has told you to monitor your blood pressure regularly, then the best thing to do is throw your blood pressure monitor in the bin. You'll feel really anxious when you first do it, but after a while you'll notice that you worry less and less about your blood pressure. And if you do worry about lots of other things, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, as I now have over 20 videos on anxiety disorders, and I will continue to make more with tips and tools to help beat anxiety disorders. So please share my videos so that others can benefit. Remember, the key to beating anxiety disorders is knowledge. Let's share that knowledge.